Jurassic World is back with another installment, but the big question is, should you be seeing this movie in theaters or wait for it to come out on streaming? Let's find out. Hey everybody, welcome back to TLTV. My name is Tyler, and this week we're going to be talking about the hit summer blockbuster Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Now, the overall plot of this movie makes sense for the current political climate that is 2018. The events of the first Jurassic World left these creatures to rule the island of Isla Nublar in peace, but now a volcanic eruption threatens them with extinction for a second time. Bryce Dallas Howard is back, but this time she's brought on by a rich benefactor to help with the rescue mission. Obviously things don't go as planned, and not everyone is who they seem. One thing that was blatantly obvious from this movie was the studio responding to the huge backlash of Bryce Dallas Howard's character wearing heels in the first movie. Now, living in New York, I have seen women walk in heels on cobblestone streets, on subway grates, and all kinds of construction. It is not outside the realm of possibilities that a woman would be able to run in heels. But for some reason, everybody lost their goddamn minds because she was running from a dinosaur in heels. Whatever. Now, they made it a point to address this by shooting her character from the feet up, first when they introduced her in the office world in heels, and second when she arrived back on the island of Isla Nublar, they showed her in boots. It was ridiculous that they felt they needed to include these shots just because of the backlash from the first movie. The biggest thing that I appreciated about this movie were the nods to the original. And when I say original, I mean the original Jurassic Park. There were multiple cinematic nods that I noticed as a moviegoer, most specifically the hallway scene, which was a direct callback to the kitchen scene in the original. Also, the scene on the rooftop with the Indoraptor, Murder Raptor, when she's banging the gun on the ladder was also a callback to the original when they were trying to distract the T-Rex. Now, the overall story for this movie was pretty thin, but it's not something that I expected to be this rich and deep and thoughtfully intricate storyline from a popcorn summer blockbuster movie. So if that's what you're seeking, I wouldn't seek out this movie for those reasons. One thing that I did appreciate was the character growth in Howard's character. She was this cold, heartless business person in the first movie who only really treated these animals as assets and thought of them in a very cold manner. In the second movie, she was very much trying to save these creatures from extinction because of the effects of the first movie. They didn't touch on this change at all, and I'm not sure they needed to. People grow and change all the time, but it might have been a little confusing for some as to the stark shift in her character. Now, her growth was contrasted nicely with the steady character of Chris Pratt's character, because he was exactly the same person that he was in the first movie, except now he's off the island, he's moved on, and you see him contemplate not going back and leaving them there. And he only gets pulled back into the situation because of this familial bond that he had with the raptors. To see that familial relationship that we know as dog people or cat people, to see that same kind of relationship between a human and a dinosaur, basically from a young hatchling to a full-grown raptor. That was interesting to watch. There were definitely moments where I was more involved in the plot than others, but for the most part, I was just along for the ride. Like the Indoraptor, or the Murder Raptor, this thing is so scientifically enhanced, it's ridiculous, and the plot holes for that whole thing are a whole other story. There was one moment that almost made me tear up, like almost, but I was more pissed off at the studio for making us watch that than actually feeling those emotions. And it was when everybody was escaping the island. Assholes. With all this being said, I don't think it's worth the $17 or however much it is in your area to go to the movie theater to see this on the big screen. I think that it was a fun summer popcorn blockbuster movie that if you have a movie pass or an AMC pass that you can see multiple movies for a low price each month, go for it. Check it out. It was a lot of fun and I enjoyed it for that reason. If I had paid $17 to see this movie, I would not have enjoyed it as much as I did. So if you don't have one of those passes, I would just wait until it comes out on Netflix to enjoy it in the comfort of your own home. That's it for this week. Thanks again for watching. If you saw Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, let me know what you thought down in the comments, and as always, keep those spoilers to a minimum. Thanks again for watching. See you next week.